Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hopefully all you guys had a great weekend. It's 6:20 or 6:20 right now. Monday, March 14th. I'm gonna go and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our session for the day. All right, cool. That's set up. Let's go there. It's good. All right, a few things to wrap up here, and then we should be good to go. All right, so let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. All right, here we go. All right, morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. I'm gonna get a few more minutes for people to make their way in. People are still joining, so give it a few. But good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, March 14th. It is 6:21 right now. Markets can open in about 9 minutes. Just remember, guys, Monday is usually one of the riskier days to trade. So you guys want to be a bit careful with entering trades today. Monday and Friday are usually the riskiest. Monday, because the market's been closed for 2-3 days, and everything's barely getting into full swing. So you want to be very careful with a lot of manipulation in price, as a lot of orders from the weekend, pending orders, are just getting filled. Looking at the news, obviously, the war is not getting any better. So I do expect the market to be pretty bearish today. So we can get started by looking at retail sentiment. So let's get started with retail sentiment for today. Retail sentiment is currently sitting at 59% long. 59% long right here, 41% short. So this indicates that majority of retail traders are on the long side. So we definitely want to be looking for sells. 59% long right there, 60% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently 226 or 216 points in the green. So these are conflicting right now. Fundamentals are bullish. Retail sentiment's indicating a bearish bias. So with that said, we're going to have to wait for the market to actually open in 8 minutes. Once it does open, we'll see what the fundamentals are looking like. Other than that, looking over here at the technicals, you can see price is pretty indecisive. Price is just bouncing in between the pivots. Trend meter right here is currently green, but it can easily shift. Looking at the 3-minute, same situation. Price is right in between the pivots. And lastly, here on the 5-minute, it's clearly right in the middle of the pivot. So there's no clear direction right now with regard to any of the confluences. Retail sentiment saying to take sells, fundamentals saying to take buys. Technicals here don't have anything to say at all. So we'll see what happens when the market does open, which, obviously Monday, we're going to have to wait for it to really confirm before we really hop into anything. Other than that, let me see if there's any updates with the war in Ukraine. It just says we could be heading for World War III if Russia joins forces with China, investor says. This was posted about less than an hour ago. So, the war is not getting any better. So, yeah, if Russia does join forces with China, obviously it's not going to be a good thing at all. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. It says 5 things to know before the stock market opens Monday. See stock futures rise with Russia-Ukraine war, Fed in focus. Peace talks continue between Russia and Ukraine. U.S. meets with China's top diplomat, warned against helping Russia. COVID outbreak in China prompts business school restrictions. and Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway adds to stake in Occidental Petroleum. All right, so other than that, not really much. There's some new COVID news as well regarding the fourth vaccine or fourth booster. I don't know. There's so many boosters now by Pfizer, so it's gonna, obviously affect the market as well. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Let's see if there's anything here to look at. All right, cool. Looks like everyone's finally in the room. Morning, Dell. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Jennifer. Morning, Peter. Morning, Jay. Morning, Matt. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Steven. Morning, Ruin. Thanks, Ruin. You too. Morning, Al. Morning, Miles. Morning, everybody. Morning, Fahad. All right, guys. So the market's going to open in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and draw up my liquidity first. And then once we got that all done, we can anticipate the market to open and see where the market may be going. Obviously, I'm looking for a bearish bias overall, but I mean, who really knows? It's Monday. You don't know. Like, there's no idea to really predict where the market will go until it actually opens and identifies its direction for the day and for the week. So, all right, looking at current price right now, looks like I mean, there's a ton of liquidity on the top side. However, there's a lot of liquidity down here as well. So we'll see what happens when it does. When the market does open up in the next 5 minutes. So move over to the clean chart as well and draw up the same liquidity. So that we can anticipate this move here. All right. Well, it's pretty simple right there. Right there and right there. All right, everything looks good here on the clean chart. I'm also going to check if there's news today. I think there's some news events. So we'll have to confirm that. Seven, 8. And just a reminder, guys, today we'll be holding the group mentoring session. It'll be held today at normal time, 2 o'clock. If there's any issues with that, just let me know. We'll see if we can change time, but we're going to be holding it today at our normal time on 2 p.m. Pacific. So let me check the news real quick, see if there's anything else that I'm missing here before we get started. So market's going to open in about 3 minutes. See the news for today. Actually, there's no news today. I thought there was going to be news, but there wasn't. I think this is Fed week though, right? Or it might be, let's see. There's news tomorrow, inflation news right here. Core retail sales on Wednesday. Yeah, this is Fed week. So on Wednesday, we have the Fed statement, Fed economic projections, Fed federal funds rate, and the FOMC press conference. We got this on Wednesday. Thursday, we got unemployment information, Philly manufacturing index, and then Friday we have existing home sales. So this week should be very volatile. It might not be volatile until Wednesday, or maybe even, actually, it'll probably pick up tomorrow because we do have PPI and core PPI, the inflation news. So if it's slow today, tomorrow it should pick up. Wednesday should definitely pick up. We have Fed all morning. And then again, unemployment data on Thursday. Hyperfast morning. All right, guys, market's gonna open in about 2 minutes. So let's get started. Everything marked up right here. Looks pretty cool. I think that's it. All right, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Make sure there's not any other news events that came up. NATO announced if Putin uses chemical weapons in Ukraine, it's a game changer for NATO. Yeah, I agree. Pretty obvious, but we'll see how that affects. Nice, Nick. Nick said first day of verification. So Nick finally passed his challenge last week. Moving on to verification, just take it steady, Nick. I see a lot of people who make it to verification and just end up blowing it. So don't take anything too risky. Yeah, exactly. Nick said still gonna stay conservative and take only good trades. Yeah, smart move. Hey, Jason, morning. All right, guys, market's going to open in about 20 seconds. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity on top. There's some liquidity here on the bottom. However, the overall bias is looking for a sell today. We do have a lot of news, not really news. We have news coming up this week, but a lot of Russia-Ukraine news indicating that, China does join forces with Russia. This can be World War III, which is not going to be good for the economy. There's also other COVID news coming out that there's supposed to be more variants that are going to be appearing, but, who knows when that'll happen. All right, guys. So here the market is now open. Steven, I know you're looking for the breakout. So in order for you to take the breakout entry, you need a strong red candle. However, one thing that you want to keep in mind is if you're looking for a sell, there is a sessions right here. So if it's the sessions, price can it can bounce right off it. So you want to be careful if you're taking a sell here. If this closes as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. However, if the candle is too big, you obviously want to wait for it to pull back a little bit before entering. So it's the same process every single day, Steven. So try to understand what I'm explaining to you here because it's the same thing. There should be no confusion because you've been covering this pretty much every day. And I just want to make sure that you're getting it on point and you're not getting more confused with the analysis here. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. So there's no entry right here off the breakout yet. We're still looking for a strong red candle, or we're looking for a bullish buy signal to confirm that the momentum has shifted. Hasn't shifted yet, so no breakout right here. If the breakout doesn't come by 6:35, Steven, there's not going to be a breakout for you to take. Price is pushing up right here. If this closes as a strong green candle with the buy signal, then this would be the breakout for you. There are about 30 seconds left on this candle here. All right, so no entry off this either. Let's see what's next. Let's take a look at the fundamentals real quick. I'll let this candle here close, and then I'll take a look at the fundamentals to see where it's sitting at. So no entry off that there. No entry. Let's go back to the fundamentals, see where it's sitting right now. Fundamentals are currently at 198 points in the greens. It's very bullish. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 60% long. So with that said, it's going to be really iffy right now. These two are conflicting. This is indicating to take a sell. This is indicating to take a buy. The technicals over here have not confirmed yet, but if it does confirm a buy, then obviously we'll be looking for some buys. So if this candle right here closes, Steven, this will be your buy for the breakout. It needs to be a strong green candle with the buy signal in place, but it doesn't look like it's going to be closing like that anytime soon. 6:32 right now. If the entry doesn't come in the next 3 minutes or so, there's not going to be an entry. If this closes as a strong red candle, though, this will be the breakout for a sell. So this is the breakout right here. I don't think I'm going to enter it because it's just there's no confirmation of the direction. But if you want to enter it, Steven, there goes the your entry right there. I'm just going to wait for another entry later, like a V3 or something. You can see right here, the market's super indecisive. Price just keeps bouncing back and forth. So I'm not really looking to take, any entries yet until I have a confirmation of a direction. So I don't recommend anyone take this. If you guys want to take it, it's up to you. That's your own risk. But this is the breakout for today. The reason for that is because we have a strong red candle right there. So looking over here at the breakout strategy, you want to confirm the direction of bias. This is one reason why I wouldn't take it, because there's no real direction right now. Obviously, we're looking for a sell here because retail sentiment is a sell, but the fundamentals here don't line up with it. So that's why I'm not taking it. It's not a strong entry. But Steven, if you're in this position, make sure to move your stop loss in profit because it's halfway to profit already, or just pull out in profit because you do have a profit goal. I know that. So if you're at your profit goal, either pull out or move your stop loss in profit. Maybe taking the last little drop here because it's going to hit liquidity. below here. Well, we'll see how this goes. Because if it does hit liquidity below there, maybe I could just catch a little push right here because it's going to spike right below and probably hit the full TP. It's all speculation though. Let's see where it's at. All right, hit my TP. So guys, you know, like I mentioned, you guys already know if I remute my screen, I'm usually probably going to take a speculative trade here. So I did take my entry right here. As I mentioned, I tried to catch the last push right here. I already pulled out. I made about 1,000 off that trade. It's not going to count as a trade, obviously, because I told you guys not to take it. It's too risky. The reason I took it is because I understand the risk. I know the odds of it hitting are very high to hit the little last push there. But I don't want you guys to be taking trades like that unless you guys know what you're doing. So you guys are already familiar with me catching the last little push right here because it was going to hit liquidity, and that's why I entered. So I entered right here at the bottom. It pushed about 100 pips right here because I knew it was going to hit liquidity, and then I locked in about $1,000 off that because I only went for this little push right here. But don't worry, we're going to have some more entries. This is just a little speculative move that I marked up. There goes your breakout right there, Steven, full TP. Steven said, when you mentioned to move your stop loss and profit, it usually reaches half TP, then it reverses. I mean, you didn't do that today, right, Steven? I mean, I don't know what to tell you about that, Steven, because Kip said the horns. Steven, what you got to do is you have to actually understand what you're doing. Like, I feel like, you know, you're not really understanding anything. You're just kind of, Kip. You're kind of just depending on me to tell you exactly what to do every single time, but you're never going to learn how to do anything that way, Steven. So, you know, you just got to grow some balls, bro, and take the trade, man. You can't keep, like expecting me to do everything for you. Cause I've been trying to explain to you how everything works, but you don't want to understand how it works. You're kind of just, waiting. You want those perfect trades. Like you want me to be 100% with analysis, which is never going to be it's never going to be like that. You have to take some risks sometimes. So hopefully you pulled out pulled out of the trade, Steven, or you moved because either way, if you pulled out in profit down here or you moved your stop loss in profit, you did anything that I told you to do, you would have been perfectly fine because you either would have locked in half profit or you would have locked in full profit, right? You know, I'm giving you these recommendations because this is what I see in the market. I can't give you a guarantee thing. I can't just tell, like, I'm not a fortune teller, bro. I can't jump into the future and tell you what's going to happen. You have to understand like how the price moves and stuff like that. But I mean, whatever, Steven, I think you probably made some profit off that, but I mean, you're looking for perfect trades every single time and you're never going to have that. Anyways, I'll post my profits off this right here. I'm not going to post the trade because obviously it wasn't an official trade. I did tell you guys it was risky, and it was risky, but I caught the last bit of it right there. So other than that, you can see that the fundamentals here are starting to drop. Once it starts to drop in the red, it'll be great. We could start looking for more sells because the retail sentiment here is indicating, you know, a sell anyways. So overall, we're looking for a sell. We just need the fundamentals here to drop below to confirm that. Other than that, we have price right at the sessions right here. You can see price slightly bounced off. It came back up, came back down, and then it bounced off the Asia sessions below here. So we'll follow along with this. What I need to happen right here to confirm the bearish bias is I need price to break and close below the sessions. I need price to come back for the retest, and then a confirmation of a drop right here. Once that confirms, then we can start looking for some more sells in the direction, which is what we were looking for anyways. If you guys were here from the beginning of the session, I did mention that I was looking for a confirmation to take sells here because overall, I'm definitely looking for sells. You know, if they're talking about World War III, like here, if they're talking about Russia and China joining up and possibility of World War III, market's not going to do well during those conditions. So National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan meets China's top diplomat. So he went to go meet with China's diplomat, basically told him, like, you know, if you guys join with Russia, it's not going to be a good thing. So it's Oh, we're definitely gonna be looking for some sells overall. So here we go with the retest. The first step already broke right here, broke and closed below the sessions. Now we're looking for the retest right here. There goes a retest. You see that wick rejection off the sessions. The next thing here is we need a confirmation of a drop below. If price does not reject off here and does not confirm the push below, then the second scenario is that price will come right back up. So one thing to keep an eye out for is the confirmation right here. There we go. We have the rejection right there. The next thing we need is we just need a confirmation of price to close below this low right here. If price closes, I know it's broken right there, but it needs to close. If it closes below this low, then we can expect price to continue dropping. If price fails to close below this low, it can just, fall on reverse. So as we see right here, this is where this candle is pushing below, but you got to keep in mind that there's still 35 seconds left on this candle. This can easily just shift right back up. So you gotta be patient and wait for the confirmation. You can see right there, huge wick off that area, right? It did not close below. So you need it to close below before you start looking for some sells here, because if it doesn't, price can easily just be reversing right here. And this is why you guys got to be very patient about these entries. You can see right there, see how it's swinging back up. If this ends up closing right there above the sessions, then I think it's going to push right back up. Nice, Steven. Steven said his goal is reached. So congrats to you, Steven. Nice work. Here we go. Price did not close below. It's now swinging back up. This might be pushing back to the upside. Nice work, Steven. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and just take a screenshot of my profits as well. Let's see if I take a trade on here. All right, there's my main account. There's my copier. There's my MFF copier and then my other MFF copier. All right, guys, so price is starting to make its way back down. You can see that the same pattern that we were looking at earlier, this one, we're looking for it to play out again. So right here, price did not reverse. Now we have another attempt right here. Price is now broken below it a second time. Now we need to wait for this to retest and then confirm the drop below. So you guys just got to be patient. Don't hop into anything yet. You want to confirm that move. So this right here failed. It failed to confirm. Now here's a second attempt. Price is broken below, looking for retest. And after that retest, we need a confirmation. Meanwhile, I'll post some of my profits here in the Telegram. If you guys have any profit to send in, feel free, and we'll add them to the list today as well. All right. So here are all of my accounts right here. So right here is my main account. You can see the green strip because I let it hit TP. I made 1,290 off that. Here is my copier. I made 1,590 off this. Here's my MFF copier. I made 1,300 off this. And then on my other copier, I made another 1,300 off this from MFF. So this is pretty much all of my accounts right here. And that was just from that one little speculative sell earlier. So, if you guys can wait for these perfect entries, you guys can easily lock in profits like this, no problem. And there we go, as price starts to push back to the upside. So this is why you guys want to be very patient and wait for these trades to actually, confirm. Because if you guys don't wait for these trades to confirm, you could have easily got caught in that reversal right there. So you guys got to be really smart about your positions. You guys got to be very disciplined. This is not the time to be taking like random trades that don't fit any criteria. Because with the war going on, a lot of the stuff's going to happen where you get a lot of manipulation. Also, it is Monday, so price is normally manipulated on Mondays anyways. But with the war going on, it's even worse, right? What I'm going to be doing over here is I'm going to draw opening price, which was right over there. There's opening price right there. Same with this right here. All right, so price is now getting pushed up all the way back. Yeah, no problem, Talanji. I see that. Thanks for letting me know. Ruin said, when is price not manipulated? Surprisingly, it happens a lot during like the holidays when the market's not moving too crazy. Like probably like October, November. Price is not really heavy manipulated because a lot of people are on vacation. Or actually, no, in the summer. So in the summer, you'll see it a lot. It's the summer and the winter because a lot of the institutions and market makers are out of the market. You see lower volatility and the market's less manipulated. But I mean, it doesn't happen too often. Last year, it was different, and the year before that. The past couple of years have been different because normally the market makers and institutions would go on vacation, but because of COVID, everyone was working from home, and the market was still moving crazy during the summer. But during normal conditions, usually it's usually pretty smooth. Not really smooth. It's kind of slow and smooth during the summer times. I don't know how it'll be this year, but we just got to adapt with the market whenever it changes. So you can see right here, price is now rejecting off the opening price, this blue dotted line. So price broke above it. Now it's going for the retest. So here's the same pattern that we were looking at below here, but we're looking at it from the top side now. So now we have price has broken right here. It's now coming back down for the retest right here. And the next thing that we need is a confirmation of a pushback to the upside. So as you can see right there, there's no confirmation. Price might just be coming all the way back down. So here we go. We got to see if this candle right here confirms the rejection. And then we need a confirmation of it to close above this line right here. Once it closes above this line, we can probably maybe start looking for some buys. It's going to be a bit risky because the retail sentiment over here is still bullish. So this makes us want to take sells, but the fundamentals here are still bullish. So if this is bullish and this is a long, then there's a conflict there. But if you have confirmation of the shift in bias, then we can possibly look for some buys. But I mean, I personally don't really want to look for some buys, but we'll see if we get that confirmation. So again, right here, the pattern failed. So as you can see, price came above it. We were looking for the retest and confirmation to push back above. It failed to do so. So there's no longer going to be a confirmation of a bullish bias right there. Price is now coming back down. And this market it's kind of reminded me of last week where there was no clear direction, which is really unfortunate because we didn't really have many trades last week due to a lot of those fake outs. I'm hoping it starts to smoothen out at some point. It's going to have to smoothen out at some point. Just hope it happens sometime soon rather than later in the session. So. And you can see right here that price is now pushing above, but it's not going to confirm that move that we were looking at earlier. So nothing new there. We just got to wait for it again. If it needs to, if it wants to come and confirm it, but you can see price is now coming back below. Matt said V1 or V2, I mean, only if you're buying. So yeah, I think Matt saw this right here, the double wick rejection, but it's right at the opening price. So I would be careful trading here anyways. Um, as you guys know, I generally don't like to trade at the session. So if price ever gets up here, I'm not going to trade around this area. I'm not going to trade around opening price. And then same with this one down here and this one down here. So these are areas that I don't want to trade at because you start to see a lot of spikes in price and random rejections right off the sessions and the opening price or news price, depending on what you're looking at. Yeah, I look at these confirmations all the time. So I already have like that, you know, that 6 cents, like it's just second nature to me. If I ever see price near these areas, I don't take any trades here. But yeah, what Matt was looking at was the V1 right there. And obviously that looks like it would have hit stop loss if you would have taken it. Yeah. It would have hit stop loss and then it went straight to TP right here because it's a total fake out. So, you know, just as I mentioned before, guys, you know, being disciplined and being able to control what trades you take is the real game changer with trading. Because the thing is, I see a lot of people make profit every once in a while, but then they lose it all when they take one bad trade or a couple of bad trades. If you guys can just focus on taking all good trades, you guys should have no problem. Like you guys saw my profits from last week and this week, right? I didn't take any losses because I didn't take very many trades, but I also didn't take any losses. So it did help with my consistency for the week, even though last week was pretty crazy. Looking over here, let's see, Stephen posted his profits, locked in a total of 1,533. So great work today, Stephen. Miles over here as well, locked in a total of 1,200 off that sell we took earlier. Nice work, Miles. Going over here, Milzon took the sell earlier too, and he took another buy in the other direction. So let me see if it loads. All right, scrolling up right here. So Emilzon locked in a total of 4,872. Great work right there, Emilzon. His second account right here locked in 1,328. Nice work, Emilzon. His third account over here locked in 127. So great work all around, all your accounts. Andreas over here locked in a total of 1,990. Great work, Andreas. Rami over here locked in a total of 772. Great work right there too. All wins. And that's about it. Here's my profits right here. And we got Jason over here as well with a total of 3,198 for the day. So nice work. Yeah, Jason just started a new challenge. So good luck on that. You should be able to pass that within a couple, you know, weeks or so. Fahad said that would have been a V3, but no momentum signal for a buy at 650. Yeah, you're right. You need a pending buy right there to take that trade. So unfortunately, no entry off the V3 there. But as you guys can see, just looking at price from a bird's eye view, there's not really much direction, right? Price is literally just going sideways at this moment. Price opened right here at 630, it dropped below, came right back up. And now it's just ranging at opening price. So this blue line right here is where market open. You can see price didn't really do much. It kind of just faked out both ways. And then now it's just going sideways right here where opening price is currently at. All right, so not really much for us to look at right now or confirm. There's just see, Charles said there's a V3 sell running right now. Is that on the 1 minute, Charles? Oh, you're talking about this one right here. So Charles is looking at this V3 right here for a sell. However, as I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't want to take any trades around this area because it's right at opening price. Like if price was like way above here or like way below here, then I would take it possibly. But it's you know, it's right at this opening price right here. The reason why you don't want to trade around this area where opening price is at is because you get a lot of manipulation here. So as you can see, price is just going sideways right here, right? At some point, price is going to end up breaking out. So this is an area of consolidation. At some point, price is going to break out to the upside. or it's going to break out to the downside. It's going to do one of the two. And the thing is, you can't really predict where it's going to go, right? Because you can get faked out in both directions. So this is why, for me, I would rather not take trades when price is just moving sideways off the opening price. What I'm looking for is if price does break out to the upside, like for example, if price does break up right here, I would look for it to come back down for a retrace and continue to push up. Then I'll start looking for buys, because then I know where correction is already going. Vice versa, if price drops below here, I'll look for a retest and take some sells because I already know where price is going, right? Kind of similar to like what happened over here. So price was consolidating, it broke up, retested. And then if I took a buy right here, I'd have like an instant win because price confirmed this direction, right? And then same situation right here. Price broke below here, retested, and then it came back down. But until you get that confirmation, you want to be very careful about what direction you decide to trade, unless you have a strong bias. We don't have a strong bias, right? Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 60% long. Fundamentals are currently 148, 155 points in the green. And then the technicals here don't even have a bias. So there's no bias here for the technicals. There's a bias here for fundamentals, which is bullish, is telling you to take buys, while the retail sentiment is telling you to take sells. So if you guys have, conflicting data like that, there's really no direction that's been set. And that's why you have to wait for a confirmation to take a trade in that area. Because currently right now, there's no reason to be taking any trades in either direction. And the thing is, you guys don't have to use my confluences. I mean, if you guys have other ways to confirm things, that's great. You guys can use that to confirm what your bias is. But I've been using this for years, and I've been using it every day on the live. And you guys have seen that it's pretty accurate. So that's why I continue to use it. So here goes, price breaks above. We needed to push up a little bit higher, though. This is too close. We need to push up like maybe above here. Retest and continue push to the upside. Once we have this, we can confirm that we're going to be looking for some buys. You can see right here, price just whipped right off this price right here. And it's probably going to come right back down to opening price. It's just a big range. And if you measure how long price has been ranging here, it's been ranging for about almost 15 minutes now. So 15 minutes of no real movement. Price is just going back and forth, back and forth. And there we go. Price comes right back to opening price right here, where it rejected from. So just, just be patient, guys. Here's a clean chart. You can see here better. There's nothing really going on here. So this vertical line right here is going to be opening candle. So market opened here at 6:30. It's about to be 7. So for the first 30 minutes, you can see there's no clear direction. So from this point right here, price came down, came up, and then it's a sideways movement. No direction at all. Usually when the market opens, you'll have price push down, come back for the retest, and it'll just keep dropping, right? Or vice versa. If price pushes to the upside, you'll have price push up, come back for the retest, and then continue to push up higher. We haven't had that. Price is literally just going sideways. So hopefully when the market gets into 7 o'clock, the new hour over here, it'll start choosing its direction, which I think it will. But I mean, there's no guarantee that will happen. So hopefully from 7 to 8, we'll be able to catch something decent. But today's Monday. This is no surprise. It's normal for a Monday to have this kind of weird movement. And we just got to wait for it to give us some sort of confirmation. But I don't recommend anyone enter any trades right now, because you can see price is literally just going back and forth between these two areas right here, this high and this low. Just a little range. And the tighter the range, the better. So I'm definitely looking for it to get a bit tighter. All right. All right, so there goes the breakout right there, or not the breakout, but the push to the upside. This is exactly what we're looking for. Price finally broke out of this consolidation phase right here. We need this to push up a little bit higher. Then we need the retest, and then we need the confirmation. Once we get that, we can start looking for some bias. Our main goal right now is just to confirm bias. We don't have any bias in the market. Once we have some sort of bias, we can start looking for trades in that direction. So just a matter of time. We'll see if this actually closes above here. You can see price is it's having a hard time really pushing. Huge wick right here on the top side. It might just come right back down. And there you go. Price comes right back down. So this is so if this doesn't tell you, like, because this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys, right? Don't just chase moves right here, because I know a lot of people, if you guys see a price pushing up like that, I'm sure a lot of people started looking for some buys already. They didn't wait for no confirmation here, and then I'm pretty sure a lot of people just got stopped out of that trade, because I see a lot of people who just chase moves like this. They think just because price is pushing up, it's going to have to keep pushing up, right? And then it comes down and it drops like 500 pips right here. So you got to be really smart about these moves here, guys. I'm not trying to scare you guys and tell you guys not to take trades, but I'm really trying to instill like some discipline in people to like understand when to wait, because you can see right here, price is now coming right back up. You just got to wait for the confirmation. Let's see. Ruin said 1 minute V3 going to hit here. I'm not going to mess with it. I mean, you can take it. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, I for sure would not enter it just yet, because the thing is, it's right next to opening price again right here. So one thing to keep in mind is this opening price right here. Let's see where the TP would be. Let's see, 38. Yeah, because the profit target would still have to reach this area right here, which is opening price. So I personally wouldn't have taken it. Yeah, no, definitely. Ruin said I got some pips ready in no rush. Yeah, I'd probably just hold off. Once we get those confirmations, then we'll be good. Gallo said this market's acting like Tom Brady decisions. All right, so there we go. Price is now pushing above right here. And this is what we're waiting for, right? We're looking for price to break above. We want that retest. And then confirmation of continued push up. All right, so this is perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. We have price pushing above here. We want it to close above this high, though. This is like a key thing. We want price to close above the high. Once it closes, then we'll look for that retest. Thanks, Ruin. Yeah, Ruin said I have an order block right here too on the 15-minute. Good to know. So you're probably going to expect it to, gotcha. Okay. So this whole area right here is a rejection area for you. Well, order block area, basically. All right. So we have the break and close above here. We now need the retest of this area. Let's see if the second step hits. If it doesn't, it's just going to come right back down. Let me check my order blocks too, see if there's anything here. Yeah, I mean, it's right out of order block right now. There's a lot of order blocks right here. And this whole area is an order block. Yeah, I'd probably stay away from buys right now. I think price is going to come crashing right back down. There's a ton of order blocks right here. You can see price rejected directly off it. Yeah, so I'd probably hold off on any buys. I think, and you can see price failed to reject off this area here, and now it's coming right back down. And yeah, Nick said there's a V3 right here, which there was. I mean, not one that I would take because we don't have a confirmation for a sell yet. But yeah, that would have been the V3 right there for a sell. And it would hit full TP right there. We just don't have the confirmation, guys. So like, as I've been mentioning all throughout the session, you want to bias in the market, right? You don't want to just take random trades. I mean, technically you could take a lot of these V3s in both directions and you can do pretty fine, but we want a bias before we take any of those trades, right? We don't have a bias for a sell yet. So that's why I wouldn't have taken the sell here. But yeah, Nick, because Nick did identify this V3 right here. This was a V3, which you probably could have taken, or I'm sure other people have taken, but it's not one that I would really recommend, or not one that I would recommend, but one that I would take myself because there's no confirmation of a bias for the sell yet. Yeah, no, exactly. Ruin said mixing that V3 with an order block would have been a sniper entry. Yeah, I know it would have been really good because there was an order block there, and that's exactly what I identified and what Ruin identified as well. And he said it was risky for sure. Yeah, I know 100%. That's why I wouldn't want to take it just yet. But here we are. Price is back to the opening price right here. So this blue dotted line was opening price, and you can see price kind of faked out above here, and now it's coming all the way back down to where it was earlier. So I mean, this is a key area to pay attention to because it just keeps coming back to opening price. Yeah, Talon, you said it was a big B3 too, or a big 3-minute B3. Yeah, this candle's too big though. It's not one that I would personally want to take. It's a pretty solid push. 770 pips. I'll follow it. Not one that I'm going to take yet because, you know, obviously price is right at the sessions right here. Price can easily just bounce off. It's right at the, so there's like a lot of areas here where price can bounce off of. So for that V3, bounce off opening price and bounce off the London low over here. It's just a risky move altogether. All right, so what we got over here. I'm going to adjust this now. Yeah, it's Lanji City. Yeah, just sitting on my hands, just analyzing for now. Yeah, same here. Until we have a confirmation of a bias, I'm not really looking to take anything specific. I mean, I do want to take a trade, but I needed some sort of bias. So going back over here to the clean chart, let's see. All right, here's a clean chart right here. Price was pretty much just making a huge range right here on open. It literally dropped and came right back up to price where market was when it first dropped. Right here from 7 to 8, I'm looking for a direction here. You can see from the clean chart, there's no direction. Price literally just going sideways right here. But what I need price to either push above or push below, you know, one or the other. All right. All right, so no direction set here yet. I mean, we'll see if price makes another attempt to push above, because it can make another attempt right here if it closes above this area, retest, and push to the upside. We'll see if that ends up happening. All right, price is still pushing up right here, or it's trying to at least. See if it makes its way to the upside. Nothing there, nothing there. And this is why I wouldn't have taken that V3 earlier, Talanji. So if that V3 you mentioned earlier, you can see how far in drawdown it is. Whenever it's a big candle like that, you want to wait for it to retrace. It might come back down, but it's probably going to come back up there first before it either comes right back down or continues pushing, back to the upside. Looking over here at the 5-minute, no entry off here. I mean, there's not really much going on the 10-minute either. Yeah, here's a 10-minute. There's so the daily entry right here for the day is going to be this. Not really one that I want to take because there's no bias. The only bias for buy is going to be the fundamentals, but the retail sentiment is still pretty bearish. So I mean, nothing really looks good right now, guys. There's an entry here for the 10-minute, not one that I would take because retail sentiment takes precedent and it's indicating to take a sell. So what might happen here for the dailies, price can push up and it can reject off here. So this is a critical price area where price will either break above it and continue pushing, or it'll reverse from this point. So definitely something to keep in mind. A 5-minute over here, there's nothing really to take at the moment. I don't think there's any snipes here either. Actually, there's a snipe right here too. So a buy might be good. I don't know, not necessarily for the daily, but for the snipe here, because it looks like it can hit before it reaches. Yeah, it looks like the TP will be before it reaches the sessions right here. All right, Jennifer, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I know it's not the best day today. I do think market's gonna move a lot smoother tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday though. So today there's no news, so price is kind of slow. There's not really much movement going on aside from like the typical, market manipulation that happens. On Tuesday, we have inflation news. We have PPI and core PPI. So I do think price is going to push pretty heavy during our live session because it's going to happen at 5:30. So right after that, price can be pretty crazy. On Wednesday, we're going to have even more news. We have crude oil inventories, retail sales. It's basically Fed day on Wednesday. So we're going to have a lot of volatility on Wednesday. And then Thursday over here, we have unemployment news. So I think today might be a little slow, which it is pretty slow, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday will all be pretty volatile days. Definitely Wednesday. So Wednesday's for sure gonna be volatile, but I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will all be good days because of the news. There's no news today, so price kind of moving a little slow. Let's see. Kenny said on Facebook, UN Security Council holds briefing on Ukraine. I could see that. All right, so the snipe here would have hit full TP, the one that I just drew right now, guys, or it looks like it would have. Almost there, but not one that I would really want to take because we don't have the bias yet. Back to the 1 minute over here. Okay, so we need the confirmation now. So we do have price right here, which has broken above it. We had the retest, and we just need a confirmation of a push higher. So what I'm looking for at this point now is I'm looking for price to close above the sessions. If it closes above the sessions right here, then our bias is definitely going to be a buy. I need to close above that purple line right there. All right, so price is rejecting off the purple line. We need to close above. If it closes above, then we can start looking for some buys. And you can see right there, it's having trouble closing above it. TJ said, oh, it's yawning. It's yawn indicator. All right. So price is man, it's just rejecting off the sessions. No confirmation off that yet. All right, so definitely no confirmation off that. Here goes, price drops back below. Let's see if it retests the area or if it continues to push up. All right, it's pushing up again for another retest. Let's see if it breaks and closes, hopefully. All right. Again, this candle, no confirmation at all. Yeah, so Nick said that there's a V1 right here. I mean, yeah, technically there's a V1 right there. There's double wick rejection, but since we have a bullish bias here, or we technically have a bullish bias here, I wouldn't really be looking to take any sells at the moment. Yeah, Peter said, for real, the sessions indicator is fire. It makes a huge difference, right? Before I used to draw this manually, but now that we have the sessions indicator, it makes a huge difference because you can identify exactly where the rejections are happening. Also, Nick, I wouldn't take a trade here for a V1 because it's right out the sessions, right? I avoid all trades around the sessions, open price, and news price. So it probably could hit, but I would probably be careful with taking anything there because it can either be a really good trade for you, it can be a really bad trade for you, because my confidence wouldn't be high taking a trade like this. And it looks like your TP would have hit right there, Nick. So, I mean, it is what it is, but you did identify it and you did spot a pretty solid trade, it looks like. So yeah, Nick identified the V1 right here. There was a double wick rejection with a pending sell. And, if Nick would have taken the trade there, or if whoever took it, it would have been a full TP. It's just not one that I would take because I don't take risky trades like that. The V1 is this right here. So Nick confirmed the high low right here. There's a high. He identified a double wick rejection. He confirmed the pending sell signal, and then this would have been a sell at that point. So, definitely great work, Nick, with identifying that. However, it was a super risky trade, so I personally wouldn't have taken it just due to the high risk. All right. Yeah, exactly. Nick said triple rejection on that one. Yeah, no, definitely. It rejected off the sessions a bunch of times. All right. Maddie said 3-minute and 5-minute pending sell. But yeah, 3-minute is actually running right now. Let me turn on the sessions real quick. Man, it's right next to the sessions though, but yeah, there's a 3-minute right there. It's actually too close, Maddie. It's only like 200 pips, so I think it's too close. The spread right now is, let's see, spread's not that bad. It's about 110, but still, if it goes into drawdown a little bit, it'd just be too close. I want at least 300 pips. So I think spread the stop loss would be too close right here for 200 pips. Going over to the 5-minute over here. If this does close, this would be a another V3 that Matters is referring to. But the problem with this trade right here is that it's right at for one, the stop loss can be too close, and for two, it's right at the sessions again right here. So it's just, yeah, exactly, just like what Maddie said, stop loss too close and the session. So it's like a double risky trade at that point. All right, so it looks like price is now just ranging within this area. Here we go with the test here again. So if this finally closes above here, then we might have a swinging bias for a buy, but we don't have it yet. You can see price again push above here, and then it rejects directly off the sessions. So it hasn't had any luck getting past these sessions right here. You have the Asia high, and the price is tested about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 times now. There it goes. Price starts to drop right back below. Peter said it almost feels like we're watching paint dry, right? I mean, literally it is. This is like the paint drips. Peter's right here swiping some paint. He's watching it drip down. It's this is just, I mean, I was hoping market would be busier today, but it's not. It's just I mean, this range right here is pretty slow. It's not really much going on. It's the same range that was happening down here on opening price, except there was more volatility here. Now the volatility is super low. Again, right here, you see price failed to close above it. We don't have that bullish bias yet. I'm gonna go and just knock this stuff out because this stuff's not really relevant for us anymore. Oops, what did I do? All right, I'm gonna go and just put this over here. I'll put this over here. And at this point, you can see a better picture of the range. All right, there we go. So here on the clean chart, you can see it a lot better. There's not really much going on, right? You can see price is literally just going sideways right here. Nothing going on at this moment. Nick said just gonna start my verification more. Yeah, it's probably a better idea, Nick. Unless you see something really good, then take it. But there's no rush. You got 60 days. Talanji's asking, what would it take for us to have a bearish bias? In order for us to have a bearish bias, you need price to break below here, retest, and continue to drop below. This wouldn't be a strong bearish bias though, because even though this drops right here, this would confirm the technical bearish bias, but the fundamentals here are still very bullish. They're up like 284 points. So you're not really going to get a bearish bias at this point. In order to get like a real bearish bias, you need price to be like way down here. This is what we would need for it to be an actual bearish bias, because at this point, when price drops this low, then the fundamentals here are going to drop heavily. It's going to be like less than 100 points. And then it's going to line up with our retail sentiment. Our retail sentiment is 60% long or 59% long. So if it drops all the way down there, then we're going to have, a pretty nice bearish bias. But if you just want to see the technical side, then it'd be here, but it's realistically, it's going to be neutral. So this is what I would recommend. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity now here on the bottom, right? You're probably going to see price just consolidate a bit, maybe even push even higher to here. But once it does that, it's going to create a lot of liquidity right here, so that when it reaches mid-market, like 10 o'clock, you're going to see price come all the way back down, right, for the mid-market reversal. Because the overall move is bearish. There's a war going on. We don't expect price to keep pushing up like that, especially with a lot of this talk over here. There hasn't been very much updates regarding the Russia-Ukraine talks over here. You know, the talks of Russia working with China, stuff like that. There hasn't been any updates, so there's not really much to look at there. But overall, if there's like a lot of these really important war talks going on, then I'm not really expecting price to be very bullish because there's nothing that they can really discuss to have price go up. The only reason price would go up is if, or really go up, is if there's a peace agreement that's been reached between Russia and Ukraine, which I don't see happening anytime soon. But other than that, let's see if there's anything else right here. Price is now pushing back above here. So price is pushing above. It finally closed above there. So we do have a bullish bias now, guys. I mean, it took a long time for it to get above here. What we were looking for is for price to close above the sessions right here. Price is now above. So what we're looking for is some sort of entry. If we see a V3, V1, V2, V whatever, or any type of entry, we might be able to take it. But you definitely want to be very careful with taking any buys right here, because this can still be a fake out. It wasn't a clean break earlier, and even right now, it's still not a clean push to the upside. It's you just want to be very cautious, right? You don't want to just hop in and think price has to go to the upside, because this is what might happen. Price might push up a little bit to the area of liquidity here, and then it'll just come all the way back down, right? Because the thing is, liquidity is done. Price only, this is the highest area of liquidity right here for the buys. So once it reaches this point, price can either keep pushing up higher, or it can just come crashing all the way back down. So if I see any buys here, maybe we'll be looking to enter them, but overall, sorry, I'm yawning. You guys already know. Whenever I yawn, it's not a good sign in the market, because I'm super bored, and I'm usually not bored in the market this early in the morning. You know, we're like always running on adrenaline, I feel like, every morning, looking for these entries here. But okay, let's see what happens here. Price is now dropping below. In order for us to get a V3, we need a retracement signal anyway. So it's okay if price is drops below. The main thing that you guys want to look for is the sessions here. You don't want price to get anywhere below it or anywhere near it. It's all right if price ranges around this area, pushes up, bounces around here. That's completely fine. But what you guys want to be careful for is going to be the sessions right here. That's going to be the key thing. All right, so price is pushing below. It's fine. We need that retracement signal. Let's see where it goes here. I'm going to delete this. We just don't want it to close below the sessions. As long as it doesn't close below the sessions, then our bias is still going to be bullish for now. And that's a big for now, because I don't expect it to hold up for too long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently up 321 points. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently 59% long. Looking over here at the technicals, everything's bullish. So we have two big confluences here for a bullish bias. We have the technicals. You know, the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute are all bullish. The fundamentals are currently bullish. The only thing that's not aligned with this bullish bias is the retail sentiment, which is currently still long. So it's indicating that majority of traders are on the long side, and for the most part, probably want to do the opposite. All right, so price came back down below here. It hasn't closed below the sessions. It's okay if it breaks it. The main thing to look out for is if it closes. If it does close below this line, then it's definitely going to be a bad sign, because price is just coming right back into this range that it was moving at earlier right here, which pretty much disqualifies the bullish bias. So let's see what happens here. Solo said, totally forgot that open time had changed. Yeah, I mean, it's daylight savings now, so we moved an hour forward. So it's technically, I mean, we lost an hour, which sucks, but yeah, it did move up an hour. All right, so price closed below here. It's pretty much back into the range, guys. You know, unfortunately, market's just kind of not it's kind of not really giving any direction here. We were looking for a bullish bias, but the bias has now been invalidated because price is right back below where it was earlier. And it's now just ranging within this area here. Let's see, Henry said, so there was no V3 because the bar was, there is no, yeah, there is no V3 off that, Henry, because if you're looking for a sell, the high needs to be a green candle. And if you're looking for a buy, the low candle here needs to be a red candle. So, yeah, no problem, Henry. Yeah, that's one of the requirements. In order for you to take a sell, you need a high to be green. In order for you to take a buy, you need the low to be red. So, yeah, no problem. Here we go. As price now swings back below. Here we are with a clean chart again. I see a lot of people are just joining the room. If you guys have been following this, there hasn't been a clear direction all day today. It's literally just going back and forth. What I kind of could see happening right here is I see price just attempting to knock out the liquidity above here. Once it knocks out the liquidity, I think it's going to come right back down because it's creating a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. And our overall bias is for a sell. It's just been bullish for this morning because price has just been pushed up slightly. But for the most part, I mean, you can see it here on the cleaner chart. So right here from market open 6:30 to 7, there's no direction. Right here, there's a direction set from 7 to 8, but it's not necessarily anything clear, right? It's just there's a push to the upside right here. Huge consolidation, or not even at this point, it might just be a big range from here to here to here. But it's not like a smooth move to the upside like how it normally would be on open. So yeah, not really much right here. Thierry's asking, have you guys changed to summertime? We don't go by summertime here in the US. Here we go by like spring. So in the spring, the hour moves forward and in the fall moves back. So I know in Europe, you guys, well, I don't know if you're from Europe, but I know in Europe, they have the summertime where it's the same thing. But for us, it happens in the spring. So yeah, we've changed an hour forward. We changed on Saturday. So 2 days ago, our time went forward by an hour here in the US. It sounds like didn't know about daylight savings. Yeah, so on Saturday, we moved time 1 hour forward. So it's a little different. Oh, thanks to Talanji. Yeah, Talanji said UK changes on the 27th. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I know your broker should have sent you an email. I know if FTMO sent an email out over the weekend or on Friday, I think, regarding daylight savings. But yeah, here in the US, it's an hour. Oh, I see. Terry said here in Hong Kong, we never change time. Oh, so you guys are just on normal time, standard time all year round. You know, I never really understood daylight savings time, but the only reason I know is because it the sun starts to come up a lot earlier here in the US because we're an hour ahead. Oh, Peter said it doesn't either. Yeah, no, exactly. Oh yeah, Matt said for farmers. No, that makes sense. Yeah. I remember someone explaining that to us like a while back in K2. Like he was an actual farmer and I was like he knew like the details of like why it was changing. I was like, okay. Didn't affect me, but kind of does affect us now with this trading here. Terry said here we don't change time because days and nights are all the same. Right. Let me see what else I missed over here. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of confusing. That's why sometimes it's hard to really determine where the sessions, because I don't know if the sessions need to be changed. I don't think they do, but I mean, the time difference is a little different. It might be off by like an hour or so, but shouldn't be like a huge difference. Because I remember when we first had the sessions, when I first created this indicator, we were confused when daylight savings happened during winter. We weren't sure if we were supposed to change the time off, but I think it's fine just leaving it as is. See, Henry's asking, so is a V3 setting up at this current 1 minute bar if it stays green? It would be, but it can't have a buy signal on the, like you can't have a signal on the entry candle, Henry. So if this candle here closes like this, then yeah, technically it would be a V3, but if it has a signal on it, then it's not going to be. However, it's not one that I would recommend taking because it's right at the sessions right here. So you might get a rejection off it, but yes, you are correct. This would be a V3 entry right here. Couple red flags here, reasons why I wouldn't take it. The stop loss is too close. We want to have some sort of cushion here. So we want at least 300 pip stop loss. So that's one red flag. Why wouldn't have taken this right here? The second red flag is that it's right at the sessions. So with it being right at the sessions right here, this is going to be an issue because price can easily bounce off it. So a couple of reasons there why I would not take this V3, but you're correct. It is a V3, a valid V3. It's just a very risky one because of the red flags that I've just mentioned right here. Let's see, David said Zelensky will talk to the Congress on Wednesday, more stability in the market. Yeah, hopefully, David, I hope so. Thierry's asking, I thought V3s are only high, low. They can be any highs or any lows. Thierry, they don't need to be a higher high or a lower low. So if you look at the requirements here for the V3, you're just identifying the high low. So it can be a high low high, higher high, lower low. It just has to be a higher or low. It doesn't necessarily need to be a higher high or a lower low for the V3. Yep, no problem. All right, so it looks like that V3 right there would have hit your TP, Henry, if you took it. But just as I mentioned before, it's not one that I would take because it's just too risky. Stop loss was too close, and it was right at these sessions right there. Looks good. All right, other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. All right, man, this time flew by. It's already 7:37. I was really hoping we'd have something solid to take right now, but not really much. I mean, just looking at the market here, there was a couple entries that could have been taken, like risky entries if we didn't have bias. I'm like looking for any V3s here. There's like one V3 right here that could have been taken, I guess. But it was against the bias. I mean, or not even, we didn't even have a bias, but the price is pushing up. So this would have been off. Other than that, there's not really any other V3s here that would have came on. Aside from this one right here too, stop loss was too close though, so it wasn't one that we would have wanted to take. Anton said, dude, you guys have been on live for 1 hour. I know. Yeah, I've been on for like over an hour now. It's all good. You guys didn't miss anything though. You and Barack, I know you guys came in kind of late. It's the market has just been, it was kind of how it's been for the past week, but I do expect it to pick up. So for you guys who are just joining the room, I do expect price to pick up tomorrow. The reason why I do expect it to pick up is because we have inflation news. Tomorrow at 5:30, we have PPI and core PPI. This is going to come out before market. So we're going to have price reacting to news pre-market. So I think market's going to move on Tuesday. Wednesday, I definitely think market's going to move because we have Fed day on this day. We have Fed economic projections, Fed statement, federal funds rate, and we have Fed press conference, as well as core retail sales and some more inflation news prior to market open. On Thursday, we have unemployment news and some industrial production news as well. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will pick up a bit. Monday is always hit or miss. Sometimes it's very volatile, sometimes it isn't. If you guys have been following all session, there hasn't really been much movement. I mean, there's been like some just random breakouts, but not necessarily any good entries for us to take. We do have a bullish bias right now, so we're definitely looking for buys, but there just hasn't been any buys that have coming up. So it's all good. Anton said, well, I took some shitty trades not knowing it was NYC open. Yeah, so it looks like you probably took trades right here off open, and price kind of just spiked around a lot, huh? So it's all good. Now you know that it's daylight savings, so it's just an hour ahead. All right, let me just clean this up a little bit. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. Just a reminder, we're going to be having our group mentoring session today at 2 o'clock. So it's about to be 8 right now when we get off the live session. I'll be live in about 6 more hours. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see anything here. We are looking for buys though. So if you guys do see any buys, you could probably feel a bit confident taking it. However, I would be very careful because as price reaches the last areas of liquidity right here, you guys can see that we have a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. So for the mid-market reversal a little later today at 10, I do probably expect price to come right back down. I don't think this push here is going to really be stable. I think it's going to push up a little farther, possibly, maybe test, the last area of liquidity right there, and then it'll probably come right back down towards the end of the session. Because the thing is, I don't see this really being propped up for too long. I know the fundamentals here are very high. And right here, so CNBC just announced this. Whenever CNBC announces something, just do this, right? If you guys see something like this versus Dow jumps 300 points to start a big week, what you want to look for is price to drop from this point. Like of all my years trading, whenever CNBC reports something, the market does a complete opposite. So if they see price is bullish, look at the charts and price is probably going to come dropping down. If they say price is bearish, price usually pushes up. So it's like another little trick that I've realized over my years trading. CNBC reports things late. So like when they report stuff like this, the thing is the market makers and institutions have already made their money, right? They've already made their move. So what happens is you see a lot of retail traders see this news, they have CNBC open, they're like, oh, price is jumping up. So a lot of retail traders jump on the buy side. As soon as they have all the retail traders on that buy side, they just dump price all the way back down to stop everybody out. So something to keep in mind. So you might want to be careful with taking buys if that's the case, because now they've announced, positive news here on CNBC. But the thing is, this move has already happened. So they're announcing that it's jumped 300 points. Those 300 points happened like an hour ago right here. So I'd be careful taking any more buys at this point. Kip also mentioned that the daily did hit full TP. So it got really close right here. It hit a snipe here, and then it hit full TP off the daily. Again, none of these trades are going to count as any official trades because I did mark them up for you as we identified the daily and the snipe, but they weren't trades that I recommended because we didn't have a bias. If there was a bullish bias back here, then yeah, I would have recommended it, but there's no bullish bias. I mean, currently right now there is, but I expect price to probably come right back down. You can see from the chart here, price is kind of tapering off. So you can see price is tapering off a little bit around this area. So I kind of expect it to come right back down at some point. It might not happen right now, but I think by the end of today, you'll see price come right back down for that mid-market reversal. One thing that you want to keep in mind is all the liquidity right here, right? So there's a ton of liquidity sitting right here. It's sitting there just waiting to get triggered. So Anton's asking, when is the mid-market reversal, Sean? Hour-wise, usually happens around 10. So from 8 to 9, usually see a bit of consolidation around this area. 9 to 10. So yeah, so 8 to 9 consolidation, 9 to 10. Some more consolidation. And then from 10 to 12 or 10 to make market close, this is where you start to tend to see price come back down. So let's see. So it's about to be 8 over here. So 9, 10, Yeah, in about 2 hours. So about 2 hours and 15 minutes for you. So that's probably where you'll start to see it. It could happen before that or it could happen after that. But around this period over here, you'll probably start to see the mid-market reversal happen. It's just mid-market of US session. So you can see right here from the beginning, we had a bit of a bullish push. You're going to have some consolidation, and then it starts to reverse right back down towards the end of the session. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen pretty often, especially if like your bias was bearish for the morning and it shifted. So if it shifts, it's going to have to shift right back down because your overall bias is going to be looking for a possible, sell at that point. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up the session soon, but I'll be back in a couple hours for the mentoring session later today. There just isn't much for us to take in the market, guys. This is why I don't really want to put any pressure on you guys to take any trades, because the thing is the market is just not moving well today. I think it's going to move well tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So it's better to save your capital for a better trading day. If you guys did take the trade with us earlier, we did take some pretty solid profits. So this is the one from earlier Professor took. So he locked in 8,544. Nice work off that, Professor. Kenny over here as well, locked in a total of 1,021. It's a great work right there as well, Kenny. We have Dell over here locked in a total of 569. Patrick over here as well, locked in a total of 4,779. He said he's done for the day. Same here with Charles. Charles locked in a total of 324. Nice work, Charles. Took some like little baby trades there, but profit's profit. And then his other account right here for 803. So not bad, Charles. Still stacked in some profits. Joshua over here as well. Joshua locked in a total of 368. So nice work with that, Joshua. Kenny over here as well. Kenny locked in a total of 1,021. So great work right there, Kenny. And then we got David over here on his funded account, locked in a total of 186 for the day. So great work right there too, David. Maddie over here locked in a total of 95 off his first account. His second account locked in about 200. So great work right there, Maddie. And yeah, I think that's it for right now. If you guys have more profits to send in, feel free to send them in. I'm going to send in my profits as well. So I think overall today, we didn't have any official trades. A lot of you guys did take trades off my analysis, or we did take that speculative sell in the beginning with regard to the breakout. So, some people did make some pretty good profits. Some people didn't. If you didn't make profit, it's okay. Don't feel any FOMO. Just wait for, better market conditions. Because prices literally just going sideways right now. I know we do have a bullish bias, but there's no buy trades that are available at the moment. Emilzon said, how do you handle the FTMO 400K allocation per strategy since most? So guys, I keep getting this question from a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what they mean by, so allocation per trader means that each person could have 400K per person, right? It doesn't matter if there's multiple people out there that have 400K accounts. So anybody could have a 400K account. They just combine the accounts. So for example, I have two 200K accounts. I don't like trading a full 400K account because I'm not used to the big drawdown or big profits, right? When you see the big numbers like that, it starts to mess with your trade psychology. So the first part of your question, Mills, is anybody could have up to 400K. You could have 4 100K accounts, or you can have 2 200K accounts. You could have a bunch of 50K accounts that add up to 400K, but that's going to be your allocation. The strategy is different. I feel like a lot of people get confused about that because they think that the thing is, guys, every strategy is very similar, right? Every strategy kind of has similarities to each other, but they're not the same strategy. Same with the strategies that we take here, right? Some of us take V3s, some of us take V1, some of us take V2, some of us trade on the 1 minute, some of us trade on the 5 minute, some of us trade on the 10 minute. There's a bunch of different entries here that can be taken, and a lot of them line up with each other. Sometimes you get a 3 minute entry that lines up with the 1 minute. It's the same entry, but it's a different strategy. So just using your logic, right? How are you going to tell the difference between someone entering a trade on the 3 minute to the 1 minute? They're different strategies. What FTMO has an issue with is if you guys are using the same copier. So for example, if I'm using the 1 minute and it's copying to another account, that's the same strategy, right? But you can't say that, like, there's no way to really determine if you're using the same exact strategy. So the thing that they have a problem with is when people copy the same trades from one account to all these multiple accounts. That's where the issue comes up. It doesn't matter if you're trading a breakout strategy that everybody uses, because the thing is, we're entering at different times. Like if I'm entering right here, I'll pull up your profits right here, right? We took the same trade, or you took whatever I took, right? And I think you posted profits here. Okay, Melzon, look at your timestamp, your price entry, right? And then look at everybody else's. Everyone here is taking the same trade as you, and we're using the same strategy, but the price is different, the profit's different, the timestamp's different, right? So that's how you're not really getting away with anything. You're just not doing anything wrong, because the thing is, you're applying the same strategy, but you're not copying the same exact trade. Same with Peter over here. Peter mentioned we also don't enter at the same exact price point, plus our IP address is logged. Yeah, so that's what they mean by it. I feel like a lot of people get caught up on that. They think that, yeah, no, exactly. Emails on, say, explain it better than FTMO. Thanks. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get confused with that. And the thing is, there's always going to be a little difference between your entry point. So we can apply the same strategies. It's just, you can't copy the same exact trades. That's where they have problems, because they don't want, like, say, for example, I have a copier and all you guys are copying my trades, right? And say I start taking some speculative trades and I start losing trades. Like if you have me losing, I mean, I rarely lose very much, but say, for example, I don't want to point anyone else specific. Okay, so Kenny here, not to point you out, Kenny, but say if Kenny had a copier, right? And he lost 3,000, and say he had 100 people copying that same trade, the same strategy, same trade, same everything, they would lose like 300,000 off that one trade. And they don't want that to happen, because that becomes a big liability for them. So that's why they don't want multiple people using the same copier. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense to a lot of you guys. I know there's a lot of confusion regarding that, regarding drawdown, regarding a lot of little things. But if it's your account, it's completely fine. So you can copy trades to your own account, Amazon. You just can't copy my trades, and I can't copy your trades, you know, etc. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's 7:51 right now. Let's see if there's anything else here. There's a V3 right here, but it's not. Oh, actually, there's no V3 because there's no pending buy. The buy signal is right here, unfortunately. So guys, check this out. Price is now at the end of liquidity, right? It's at the end of liquidity right here. You could probably expect some sort of reversal to happen at this point, because there's no more other areas for it to reach. So if price does end up coming back down from any of these points, shouldn't be too big of a surprise. All right, guys, it's about to be 8 o'clock right now. So unless you guys have any questions, I think we might be wrapping up the session, you know, a few minutes early. We are going to be back in a couple hours for the mentoring session. So that's why I kind of want to wrap it up a little bit, so that I can just take a break from these boring charts. There's not really much for us to look at right now. And then we'll be back for the mentoring session in a couple hours. So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out through email, or if you guys have anything specific you want to cover during the mentoring session, just write down your question and we'll cover it later today. But other than that, the market today hasn't been really moving smooth at all. It started moving smooth around here, like about less than an hour ago. But at this point, I would probably recommend you guys be careful and just wait. If you guys don't have to trade, I would just sit out the market, because the thing is, all the liquidity up here has been hit, and price might just be coming right back down as we get closer to mid-market. Because you can see right here, so let me just show you guys real quick. There's no more liquidity on the top side. Everything here has been hit from open. So market opened right here, it faked out to the bottom, then it pushed up, hit all liquidity right here. And now there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side. So what I would probably expect to happen is, it might not happen right now, but closer to 10 o'clock, you're probably going to start to see price start to come back down a bit. So yeah, I know exactly. Ruben said 56% long, losing buying steam. So it seems like a lot of people have identified that price is probably going to be shifting. So you can see right here, the retail sentiment starting to drop. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys don't have to trade, just keep in mind, it's just Monday, guys. Monday is usually an iffy day anyways. So with tomorrow being inflation news coming out, just a reminder, tomorrow, Tuesday, we have inflation news, PPI, core PPI. This is going to affect the market heavily. So when this comes out, you're probably going to see some spikes in price around 5:30, and it'll cause volatility in the market. So price will continue to move up or down. So it's going to be beneficial for us to enter trades. Same with Wednesday over here. We have Fed day. So we have Fed economic projections, Fed statement, Fed funds rate, and the Fed press conference. So with this said, market's also going to be moving pretty heavily on Wednesday. Thursday, we have unemployment data coming out again at 5:30 pre-market. So when this happens at 6:30, when the market does open, we're probably going to see some, movement in price. So if you guys don't have to trade today, I recommend just sitting out the market. Tomorrow is going to be a lot better. Wednesday is going to be even better. And then Thursday, I think will be the end of the week for the most part, aside from Friday over here, where we do have some news, but it's not as high impact. So yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a couple hours for the mentoring session. And if you guys are new here, just remember that the mentoring session is pretty much an open Q&A for you guys. So you guys can ask me whatever questions you guys have regarding trading, any of the K2 strategies, FTMO, trade psychology, anything really to help you guys get to that next level, where I can help you mentor you guys with whatever you guys need help with. So other than that, guys, have a great rest of your morning.